Yes, I'm here with Nneka,
Hello.
the beautiful Nigerian revolutionary songstress.
Okay.
And we're in Philadelphia. I've been wanting to talk with you.
Okay. As you already mentioned, my name is Nneka Ibuna. I am a singer, songwriter, musician from Nigeria, Delta State, Nigeria. I've been into music for, I think, 10 years now, approximately. And what drives me to do music is, as I mentioned on stage, most of the time, unfortunately, the pain and plight that mankind causes. I think that's where I fetch the inspiration, and I try to convert the negative energy that I take in into positive by doing music. And basically music is the transformation point. I use my music to raise awareness on critical social issues that concern me as an African, as a Nigerian, as a human being, as a person. And Nigeria means a lot to me since I was born and raised in Nigeria. Nigeria, unfortunately, is known for many negative things, including corruption, which I cannot fight, and corrupt political leaders, and of course for the fact that we have a lot of oil in our country. That is a very delicate issue that, is always associated with Nigeria. Hence, it's very dear to my heart because I come from the Niger Delta to also use my music to approach the hearts of political leaders to change their ways towards civilians, and of course also to the Western world outside, because at the end of the day we are all connected. So that is my passion. And it's not just about, I don't just talk about the negative aspect, but also to make the world outside, as in the West, understand it's not just, Africa is not just this big black dark continent full of misery and atrocities, but we also have, we have other things to offer, and we are happy people. Yeah. And at the end of the day, like I always say, or like Damien would say and Nas would say, we're all distant relatives.
That's right.
Music has given me the opportunity to travel different places and stand on different stages, but I use that chance to explore other cultures, and that is anthropology.
Right.
And then of course my moving back to Nigeria has also, how do I put it, archaeology or anthropology is one of those disciplines that I think Nigerians or Nigerians, I think we've not emphasized that discipline enough, and we don't have enough universities that are offering archaeology or anthropology as a discipline. Up till now, archaeology has been associated with esoteric,
Right.
or more like spiritual, and unfortunately, due to the Western influence, and to a certain extent Christianity, Africa is losing its indigenous tradition and cultures, and that mentality, as in many of us have this mentality, everything that is cultural is dark, negative, is voodoo, as in they even use the word voodoo, you understand? So if you find it pots or an artifact from I don't know, in Igbo or something, people, they would rather sell it off to some white man
The
into
Smithsonian Museum.
Exactly. So that you know, that mentality, that way of thinking has to change, and this is something that I'm working on. I'm trying to see if I can, by God's grace, maybe, you know, if there's money, if there's time, and if I have like-minded people around me, create a center where we would preserve. It's both, you know, positive and the other way around. People don't want to hear. They don't want to hear about what they go through. I mean, they're already facing it on a daily basis.
Right.
So they would rather have somebody perform and entertain them and have it in a very shallow way, you know, just for them to forget their sorrows. Fact is, you know, it is what it is, and it needs to be mentioned, and we cannot run away from our reality. We are all responsible, and that's one thing that we Nigerians have to learn and understand. We can't just blame political leaders alone. You know, for us to make a change, we also need
to change.
Exactly. The way we talk to one another, the way we open our mouth and swear every day, the same mouth you used to swear for your brother is the same mouth you used to pray to God.
Yeah.
And we're so religious at the end of the day. You know, we're so close to God. We're so.
Yeah.
On every second street in Nigeria, there is a church or three churches on one street.
Wow.
You understand? So we can't be so close to God and yet so far away.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
That has to change. But coming back to the question, I've had my problems with how do I say, government people.
Right.
They've harassed me on stage before and forced me to come off stage. That was when I was performing in Port Harcourt, in the Niger Delta, and the concept was to raise awareness on the oil problem and the problems people face on a daily basis. So, and I had the impression not many artists who were performing there had the courage or boldness to speak about the issue. So I created a song called VIP, which was inspired by Fela. Vagabonds in Power.
Yeah.
And I performed it and I explained what I was talking about in the song. And I also motivated the crowd to sing along with me. So you can imagine 20,000 people singing Vagabond in Power. That was a lot.
Yeah.
So I had the SS on stage, SS Secret Service, or I don't know what they call themselves. They came to harass me on stage and I needed to get off. But it's one of those things one has to go through in Nigeria. All I can say is I'm not a feminist though. Know your worth. And take care of yourself. Take care of your heart. You know that you're worth life. You're worth living. You're worth doing what you feel is right for you and people around you. And no matter what it is that you've gone through in your life, there's a reason for it. I mean, I can tell you a lot. I mean, I did this workshop with war-affected women the other day in Sierra Leone, and it was just, as in, it was crazy to have women who were war affected, women who were raped, gang raped, got children with the age of 11, as in they themselves still children, as in to see that these women still have the zeal to continue to live. I mean, you understand?
With smiles.
Yes. And they even asked me, there was a day when I was so upset and I got kind of, I was a bit sad. And there was one of them who came to me and said, Sister Nneka, what is happening today? You're not happy today, you're not smiling. This is the same person that was, you understand?
Yeah.
And no.